5'9" with the real red eyes, and we dying inside. Oh, bodies in fluoride.
What is good, y'all? This is JV and today I got another episode of my favorite singles for you guys. Super excited about this one. Got a couple songs for you guys. It feels like it's been a hot minute since I've been able to do an episode of this. So some of these are a little bit old, but they're all within the past, month or so. Basically how this show works is I go over some of the songs that I've been listening to and give you guys a little insight on my thoughts about this. So to start off, we have Pouya Energy 2. Now I'm gonna kind of group this in with another single that he actually dropped around the same time called Shawty Independent. This is fresh off his UU album that he put out that I definitely spoke its praises. I loved his release. Shout out to the Buffet Boys, like they're absolutely killing it right now. And these two singles are basically part of a collaborative project that's on the way, a mixtape that we're getting between Pouya, Shakewell, and Germ. Frequent collaborators along with guys like, Ramirez and Suicide Boys. There's a couple artists we're talking here, but the Buffet Boys doing a fantastic job. And so he just dropped Energy 2. Loved it, man. I'm definitely getting turned on, onto Shakewell lately. Really big fan of his music. I think he's a dope spitter. Germ has that really infectious voice, and then Pouya just got that groove, man. That flow is just incredible. So the three of them sound fantastic together. Energy 2, really dope track. He dropped it on SoundCloud not too long ago, so definitely check that out if you're a fan of that kind of super trap, southern trap, but lyrical at the same time, and all that crazy drug shit. We have another song called Night Riders by, and forgive me for my pronunciation, it's called JayAll. I really don't know how to pronounce it. It's JayAll. Have no clue how to pronounce that, so forgive me. And we have JayAll Day from the cohort and Proton there on the features. Really interesting track. Somebody actually turned me onto it on Twitter. Checked it out. Thought it was super dope, man. We got this crazy trap production, but there's something about their verses, man, and all the artists are super very distinct styles, you know what I mean? And it was kind of like a cool East meets West kind of thing, but they're all about that trap shit, and I thought they just came together fantastically. So if you're a fan of what the cohort's been doing, if you're a fan of modern trap music, especially the more dark stuff, then I feel like this is definitely gonna be a song for you. Next we have Mad Clown's H.ear Your Colors. Been a fan of Mad Clown probably since 2013, that collab song he did with Soyu from Sistar. So since then I've been checking it out. He's been frequently collabing with Jooheon for the past year or so, and he has his new song H.ear Your Colors. Really smooth track. Something about the instrumentation on the first half of the track definitely gives me kind of like Chris Brown Fine China vibes. So was definitely really digging this track, but then it kind of goes in a more modern pop rap, something that we've seen from maybe like a Heize or a uicideboy lately, incorporating some more EDM kind of stuff. And definitely love Mad Clown on this type of beat. It's not the kind of conventional beat that we hear him on, so he sounded great. Joohyun's vocals are smooth as ever, and as we know, they have great chemistry together, so highly suggest you check out H.ear Your Colors, a fantastic Mad Clown track. Next we have the new Drake track, 4 PM in Calabasas. After he dropped Views, he did say on a live venue performance that he has a lot more music coming, and through OVO Radio he's dropped a number of tracks along with he's done a collab with DJ Khaled not too long ago, Fuck For Free, or For Free I believe the song is called. He has a song with Gucci Mane now that Gucci's out, and he has this track along with one more other track that I'm not a big fan of, but 4 PM in Calabasas. This is the fourth track he's put out, and I always forget the name, the times and the cities, but he has one in Dallas, he has one in Toronto, so now we have Calabasas. Love this song. He's taking little jabs at Joe Budden. We get a little Puff Daddy tracks on there, along with the fact that he's spitting over one of Puff's beats. I think this is an incredible track, and the thing about this track is I think personally that 4 PM in Calabasas is better than anything on Views, in my opinion. I haven't heard Drake spit like this in a hot minute, man. Probably dating back to I don't know, it's tough. Nothing was the same. He had some rap moments, but that was again a soft record. He had some of the throwaways around the Take Care era is probably the last time I heard him spit like this. He's sounding fantastic, man. There's one moment that just completely blew my mind, and it was the Jealous One's Envy line that he's doing, you know, referencing the Fat Joe album, and then these promoters are janky, you know, like he has these lines on here, and you know, Jealous One's Envy, JOE, like that line, like I had to go on to Rap Genius and look it up, and I was like, holy shit, like he just spelled out Joe Budden, because if you don't know, Joe Budden's been critical of, you know, Drake's, you know, being inspired on this last record of Views. Big Joe Budden fan, follow his podcast. So, you know, on his last podcast, he was basically saying that he felt that on Views, Drake was uninspired, and then he drops this. And to me, this just proved the point that on Views, he was definitely fucking uninspired on that, because if this is what he's capable of, what was Views? You know what I mean? So 4 PM in Calabasas, fantastic track, you know, spitting Drake, sounding great. You get some Mace little lines there. Love it. Next we have Heize, Shut Up and Groove with Dean. Man, Heize is killing it right now. She's been dropping, you know, singles here and there. Got a lot of notoriety off her participation on Pretty Rap Star 2, if I'm not mistaken. Dean absolutely killing it right now, fresh off his debut album. And now them together, their chemistry is fantastic, man. Dean has worked with a number of artists in the Korean scene lately, and I feel like this is definitely one of his better collabs. This song has a nice up-tempo groove to it. Their vocals are on point. And man, just love their deliveries on this. So it's a great, you know, R&B pop track to put on and just ride out to. Next we have Death Grips, More Than a Fairy. We got Les Claypool on the feature there. Les Claypool, if you're not familiar with him, he's a multi-instrumentalist, but most notably known for his bass contributions for the band, I believe Primus, if I'm not mistaken, and forgive me if that's wrong. I'm not like a super well-educated person on Les Claypool, but I have heard some of his material before, and I do love me some Death Grips. And they're fresh off an album that they dropped not too long ago, so to get this single was very surprising for me. But it's super fantastic. That just the bass slapping in the first half of the song, and the More Than a Fairy, you know, MC Ride contribution there on the chorus. It's just an incredible song. If you're familiar with Death Grips, then that's what you're getting on this song. It's not a crazy change of pace or anything like that. But yeah, very welcome song. We got the new Hoody track, Like You, and I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it right. I don't know if it's Hoody or Hoody. I've heard people pronounce it differently. Basically, she's a new A.O.M.G signee, you know, Jay Park's little collective along with Simon D. She kind of, I don't know if she made her formal debut on, but that I first heard her on Solo with Jay Park. She sounded fantastic, and now we have her new song, and I love it, man. She's on her R&B shit. Vocally, it's super just smooth, man. Like, it's all great vibes, man. I love this track. She sounded fantastic. This is a fantastic debut track, and I've had it in repeat since it's dropped. Next, Dumbfoundead's Safe. Cool song that he dropped basically hand in hand with a music video, which is basically critical of the whole whitewashing going on in Hollywood for Asian American roles. It was a great commentary, great perspective, something that I necessarily didn't think of too much. Not the fact, you know, that I'm not an Asian American, so it's cool seeing, you know, their perspective, their side of it, or, you know, the how it feels to be an Asian American in kind of Hollywood and what's going on. So that was some great insight, and just from a musical standpoint, it's a really, really dope song. He's definitely on his trap shit lately. He's spitting on this. And he's basically given the message that, you know, you're fucking with the wrong one here. I'm not the one to just stand down and be quiet like you want us Asians to be. So, really dope song. Shout out to Dumbfoundead. He's been killing it lately. Next, we have the new Joey Badass song, Devastated. Joey Badass has definitely been trying to diversify his sound lately and incorporate more mainstream sounding stuff, some more radio sounding stuff, getting some trap shit on there, collabing with, you know, a lot of different trap artists. He's sounding fantastic, and for a long time he was definitely doing that 90s boom bap shit. So as much as I love the 90s boom bap shit, I like to see that he's more than a one-trick pony. He's more than just a 90s quote-unquote wannabe that some people like to paint him as. So we have his new song, Devastated, surprisingly melodic from him. Love this track. Definitely something that I ride out to a lot. Great time to drop a track like this, you know, top of the summer, great anthem. Next we have OG Maco's Don't Know, Lord of Rage EP that he dropped earlier in the year. New song from him, great infectious chorus. OG Maco basically doing his thing, but there's something basically a little bit more soulful in his vocals on this particular song. So I really enjoy that. And then lastly, Molly.D's A.O.M.M, Always on My Mind. Really enjoyed this track, man. Got turned on to Molly.D maybe a year ago or so, year and a half maybe now. Heard a couple of his singles before. He basically just put the single out. I have not seen a visual from it. Kind of just, you know, popped up some recommendations from some friends. And great track, man. Love his vocal performance on this. It's very smooth. Definitely getting like Benzino-esque kind of vibes on it. The kind of, you know, him on some jazz-inspired, you know, groovy kind of pieces with a kind of laid-back kind of approach to his bars. Big fan of Molly.D. So those are all the singles I have for you guys today. Again, I'm going to just redo them again. We have Pouya's Energy 2 along with Independent Shorty. Night Riders by JayAll. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing this wrong. Mad Clowns, H.ear Your Colors. Drake's 4 PM in Calabasas. Heize, Shutup and Groove featuring Dean. Death Grip's More Than a Fairy featuring Les Claypool. Hoody's Like You. Dumbfoundead, Safe. Joey Badass, Devastated. OG Maco's Don't Know. And Molly.D's Always on My Mind. If you have any questions about any of these songs, leave them down below. And also let me know, what have you guys been listening to? What singles have you been liking lately? Let me know what's up. Till next time, this is JV. I love you guys. Bye.